My name is Eric. I'm working on Wisp. What is Wisp? It's animated faces that you can talk to with your mouth. Speech recognition. Let's demo. So yesterday, I got a fair amount done. So everything on this screen works except for two buttons now at this point, import and export, and that's what I'm getting to today. But yesterday I did the open dialog, which lets me pick a different face. There's some logic here, display logic too, where it will group. If there happen to be more faces, it would say like yesterday under one grouping, this is in reverse chronological order, or last week, or 2022. So it'll do some date grouping there. So that's should help manage a large number of faces. Okay, so I'll just pick another face, and I'll open it. All right. So, okay, then I did delete. I'm not going to delete this face, but it's a little dialogue. It says, do you want to delete this face? I'll cancel out of that. So all these things work now except for import and export, and I figure I'll knock them off today. So let's get to that. By the way, once I'm done with the faces screen, I'll be moving on to these other screens, which get into the interactive experience. Spiels in particular is going to be pretty interesting. All right. So I wrote some code already to do this. The experience that I want is that when you export, oh dang it, sometimes the little OBS message I put in has got a character that confuses things. There we go. Okay, so if you export, I want a browser provided dialog to come up that says pick a location to export the file to and a name. Import, kind of the same thing, but ask for a file on the user's local computer to import into the system. Okay. I know I already wrote some code like this already. Just trying to remember where I put it. See all my projects here? Wisp is in some ways a curation of all the little demo bits of code that I wrote last year. So this project called Conversations was a quick test. Well, not that quick. It took me a month or so to write, but a quick test of a speech recognition controlled face. Hopefully I won't be coughing too much. I know it's not the most pleasant thing for people to hear, especially with my ASMR microphone right here. Where did I put this? Maybe if I remember the name of the API, I think it's File System Access API. All right, let me see if I can just find this. Nothing there. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta do it. No. Oh, your conversations doesn't have it. Did I have it in Wisp? Where did I have it at? No. Although, let's go back to conversations. Sometimes I have the wrong thing picked. Solution, let's go to directory and source. Nope. Dang. SL Spiel. I kind of hope it's not in here because that would be a bad location for it. No. Oh. No, it should be in Wisp because I was using it on this other screen. Yeah, right here. Load web from file system. What's that? I've got an SL web audio. Okay. File open. Okay, so it's this thing. Okay. All right, so this is the code I had. Let's just move it over. Arguably, this does not belong in this library at all, but I don't want to hassle with that right now. Don't do multiples. Let's just create just one of these for each type of operation that I want to perform. I'm thinking also I want to stop using YML as an extension. I'll just use my own extension. Let's call it face. Now, is that a real MIME type or is that just a description? I'll treat it as a description. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Okay, there's the description. So this must be a MIME type. So if you want a MIME type, I'll give you a MIME type. MIME type. Oh, come on. MIME type Wisp face. Okay. And why are you not asking for an import? That's weird. Yeah, the compiler and autocomplete's not working great right now. Yeah, I mean, you should be red squiggling, and then that should give me a little import, but you're not doing it. So I'm going to close out and come back in, because it really does mess with my productivity when the IDE is operating in a strange way, not doing the things it's supposed to. Come back in. Okay, where's my squiggle? Give me a squiggle. Where do you even think you're getting this from? Where do you think you're getting this from? That's just very strange. If I say, boom, you're going to get a squiggle there? No, you're just going to say it's all good. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because this needs to be converted to a variable as opposed to a string constant. Okay, so I owe writer, the IDE, an apology. Okay. Exclude, accept all option. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, that would be like one extra drop down option that would let me pick any file, and I don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Select face file. Handle. Wait a minute. Let's see. Is this going to return an array? mtm show open file picker. Okay. It's always going to be an array. Okay. So that means const handles file system file handle equals return handles 0. Okay, my next question is, why is this async? I don't see anything here that has an await. I like to make things synchronous until they need to be async. Okay. Oh wait, this is going to return a promise. So what does it return if you hit cancel? Abort error. Okay. Don't need to log that error. That's just going to be an abort error, so we'll say ignored abort error. Okay. Yeah. It's starting to make sense. Okay. Export async function. Import face. Okay. Select face file handle. Then if not face file handle, we'll just return without doing anything. And then here, there could be some code I write to do the import, but I'm not going to write it just yet. Faces screen. Import face. I'm almost ready to delete this one, which is cool. This empty callback is there just for some buttons that don't do anything yet. And since all my buttons actually are doing things, I'm about ready to delete this, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, import face. Cool. Just checking that my imports up above aren't getting disorganized. Okay, so now I'll get to see if that little bit of code I just wrote actually works. Come back to the app. Click on import. All right, so this is the browser bringing up a file selection dialog. And the location that it started at wasn't real great, but I wonder if it's going to retain that location if I come back to it in the second call. So let me put it in like a good location. We'll say public faces, and then it's not letting me pick this because this still has the YML on the end. So there are no files I can pick with it. That's fine. Cancel. Does nothing. Let me come back to the import again. Okay. It didn't retain the location, but that could be because I didn't actually open anything. So why don't I make the change to the file. We'll start calling these things .face. Default face. Okay. Let's say default YML. So this becomes default face. I see some junky import up above. Let me fix that a little bit. Put it in the right spot so I can kind of keep track of these large numbers of imports better. So they're alphabetical by the file that they import from, which isn't the easiest thing to alphabetize, but it is the most useful as far as the imports go. Okay. Okay, now it lets me choose it. Okay, so that seemed fine. Let's try it again, see if it goes to the same directory. Thank you. It just remembered the previous directory I was at, which is a good thing. I don't want to always start in the wrong directory. DZ! It's going pretty good. I had COVID. I just am recovering from it. By the way, now that I just uttered the word COVID, when I export this video to YouTube, it's going to put that little content warning underneath. Kind of congratulations. Congratulations, because here's the silver lining of it. It's kind of that Nietzsche, and if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger thing. So I recovered from it, and as a result, I have better physical immunity. That's my theory, at least. So I am happy about that. How's stuff going for you? Alright, so we got the import. Let me think about what should happen after the import. It should load it. It should set. It should load the face. It should set the name to empty. And should bring up the new face dialog that has the username, the new face. Are there any like particular ideas for projects that you're just kind of toying with in your head? Or are there any types of projects that would be more enticing to you? Don't worry, I'm not going to try to figure out this for you. Obviously, you have to figure it out on your own, but I'm just kind of curious if you got like some parameters. Yeah, I think I've said that I should learn shaders about 17 times. My heart's not in it. They are kind of cool though. But you said compute shaders. Like what kind of what is a compute shader compared to another type of shader? What is a compute shader? It's a shader stage that is used entirely for computing arbitrary information. Okay. Oh, it can do rendering. Okay, so you're using the output of the shader for things other than just the pixels. I mean, maybe they will just be pixels, but the information might be like for I don't know, terrain generation or something else. Yeah. But you get good speed of processing using that. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like I really ought to figure out how to use shaders to change the skin coloring on these guys. Right now I've got JavaScript that is doing the skin recoloring of these pixels, and it bugs me because it's the only thing in the software that takes longer than it should take. That's because it's using JavaScript's interpreted environment to process things pixel by pixel, and shader, like, it wouldn't even care. It wouldn't even be an operation that you do one time. You just continuously do it, and there wouldn't be any delay. Yeah. I wouldn't think it would be straightforward at all to get that into a mod. I don't think anything is straightforward to do in a modded game. Yeah, they've got it. I've got one API I'm using which is called Canvas 2D, and I don't think it has shader support. I might have to switch away from it at some point. Canvas 2D shader support JS. Let me see if they've got. Let's see. How do I apply a 2D shader to a WebGL canvas? Yeah, that one. You need to pass. Okay, how does it work? Return a color file. When they say WebGL canvas, I think they may mean a regular web canvas that's just hardware accelerated. It actually looks possible. Okay, let's see. Canvas equal. Okay, this is what I do. I haven't been saying get context WebGL. I've been saying 2D. That's interesting. Okay, so you say init your shader program, and you pass in like a source code to the shader program. Yeah. So I would have to start using that WebGL canvas. I don't know if that'll break everything I've got. It might be a good idea to move over to that, but I'll wait on it. There's some path to do it. There's some path. All right, so back to what I was working on. Okay, so import the face. Then I need to read the face definition. Yeah, so I think the shader would compile on the hardware, right? So it's like you're asking for that compilation to, sorry, not compiled on the hardware, but I mean, I think there's some layer that takes this inside of the browser and compiles it to whatever the native format for execution is on the GPU, and sends that off to the GPU, the program. But yeah, it looks like you can just include regular shader code inside of JavaScript code, and then there's a this function here, init shader program, that uploads to it. Now that init shader program, what is that? Is that a? Let me see if that's. That's a normal thing. Maybe that's the user supplied function. I'm not sure. Let's go back.